Today's walk is perfect for me. I like this. This is perfect for me. We've got 6 dogs. It doesn't matter really the number. 6 is a really nice number as it happens. It's a number of family, harmony. That's what we like to exist in, or coexist together in harmony, the dogs and I, as we go through the beautiful environment. It's so quiet, except for the birds singing. And as I walk and talk, I am actually conscious that I am noticeable by the environment, because I'm speaking. Noise is, or sound rather, is quite a high energy thing. If you're into sound, you'll understand the importance of the frequency, the power of it and all of that, and the power of words. So as I'm talking, doing my little YouTube walk and talk, what we're thinking about today thing, I am actually disrupting the nature. Now, does that maintain that it's still perfect in my eyes, or does it change it detrimentally? There's a question. As it happens, I'm perfectly fine with it, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. I'm just conscious that I do actually change nature as I step through, talking my talk. And I think they smelled something. They must have smelled something. Far more capable than I, these dogs. So it's an interesting one. First, the concept of perfect, because I use that a lot. I find things are perfect. So I thought we'll discuss that concept, because others have a different idea, which interests me. And also the fact that we do actually change the nature around us, our environment, as we pass through it, doing our thing as humans. And we ought to be conscious of that. Not just car emissions or whatever the the fad of the day is, but actually in everything. I've always picked up litter, mine and others. I've always tidied up after myself. I've always been quite conscious. There's a lot more factors to be concerning about nature than how much carbon dioxide you've exhaled. That's all for many other days and many other discussions. But it's interesting, people think, like, especially, on really cool sort of nature programs, like in Africa or something, the wilderness, and people are filming, there's a documentary, and there's always this assumption that, we're only observing, we're just observing, us as a viewer are thinking, oh my God, that poor little fawn, something's going to happen and whatever. We don't intervene, we're just observing. And I'm not saying you should run in and grab a fawn before it's mauled by a lion. The lion is actually going to eat it, it's not going to waste it. But this idea that the animals don't know you're there, yes they do. They have a sense of smell. Look, these guys, I've ended up just following these, and they're following the noses. So if you want to try and tell me that in an African plain with a huge lion, that humans are there with a truck and cameras, or might have a bit of bush on their head, saying, we're not interrupting this environment. Yes, they are. Of course they are. Everything knows you're there. So, everything here knows we're here. All the birds. Over time, depending on what dogs I'd have with me and where I'm going, I understand a certain language going on between the birds. So, the crows are a dead giveaway. That was funny. I had a little puppy. It chased a crow near the racetrack once. Anyway, she's a Chihuahua mix. a little birding dog. I thought, no, I can't be having that. So stop her from doing it, get her over that. You know, you can chase something else, she'd end up chasing the other dog that was ours. And but we couldn't walk a certain area past the racetrack without all the crows kicking off and telling each other. There's a cacophony of crowing, because the pup, who's now after 3 or 4 years, no issues with crows, but those crows did not forget that dog. It's incredible. Well, it's not, it's just how it is, but sometimes we view that as incredible. But you know what? It's not, it's normal, and it's what's called, in my opinion, perfect. The perfect balance. So that was actually it is meant to be the topic of my... Hey! So we've heard some noise, and some other dogs up there, so mine got a bit high energised. So yeah, the word perfect. So generally that term, quite interestingly so, is described as something unobtainable. Many people say that there is no such thing as perfect. And I'm thinking, well, there's a contradiction in that sentence already, isn't there? Because if there wasn't such a thing, why are we speaking about it? Why is it labelled with a word with letters or all of its own? Why, if it doesn't exist? Come on, it has to exist. Oh, well, it's something that you wish to attain that isn't possible. Oh, okay. So you wish to attain something, and as soon as you realise that's not possible, how much of your drive to attain that wish drains away into nothing? It has to be attainable. You know, if rehabilitating a dog so that it can live a happy, healthy life with people instead of being put down, if that is what I consider perfect, the perfect epitome of anything I've done for an animal, that's perfect. If there's no such thing as perfect, I couldn't attain that. It's not just an end result because I get paid. That isn't the point. It's about the animal. Payment in my world comes well down the list, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because it means that my funds are always usually extremely low. However, I still eat every day, and so do my children, and so do my dogs. They eat actually very well, which is why having 5 dogs and 0 vet bills, no illnesses, you know, I'd rather put the funds and the energy into the food, you know. Keep everyone happy and healthy and rolling on their way. So perfect. I think it does exist because I kind of live by it on a daily basis. It's my intention to live in a high, awake, alive, living state, just like these guys. Otherwise, what's the point? So, you know, there is a reason that we're all born. These guys know what it is. They're born to run. They're born to follow their nose. We're born to walk, and we're born to create. So if we're going to create and be the best version of ourselves that we can be, should we not realise that perfection is perfectly, we're all perfectly capable of attaining perfect. It's only a state of mind, and it's only a perception. If I perceive these dogs as perfect, then are they not perfect? They're not having a perfect walk. I'd say they are. If I perceive them as, you know, wild, uncontrollable animals, then, you know, maybe some people would agree. I mean, they're not showing up as that, but people can create a perception where it isn't actually anything like it is. It's their perception is warped. So there is such a thing as perfect. I think it's a warped perception to maintain an ideal in your mind that the thing you wish to achieve is unachievable. Why not expect perfection? In order for life to live its optimum, that means for, the trees. I mean, everything struggles here, don't get me wrong. Living life isn't easy. It takes a lot of energy and time and cooperation. Nature struggles because humans refuse to bloody well cooperate. They won't cooperate with each other a lot of the time, and they won't cooperate with nature a lot of the time. So, as imperfect. Maybe that is why perfection is not attainable in people's minds in the human world, and yet it's around us all of the time. What is perfect? Perfect is the optimum that anything could be. This walk right now is perfect. It's flawless. Everybody is perfectly in balance, harmony, in tune with nature. All we had to do was come to this place where the nature is, i.e. not in the city, not around too many people or cars or man-made things, and hey presto, we're in perfect heaven. And we're all having a lovely time for nothing. We just walk along. We're going to meet someone now, so hi. So still, isn't it? It's beautiful.
Well,
It's
when you get out
amazing.
there,
Hello, darling.
It's take your breath away.
Yeah.
The wind, it will just blow.
Oh, will it? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, we'll linger around in here a bit longer. Oh, come on.
Oh, what a breath.
Oh, see, her dog wants to come with us. See, perfect. So there we go. Why don't we, as humans, let go of this controlling, debilitating idea that perfection is something we can't have, because then you're denying yourself heaven if you think in those terms. Heaven is on earth as much as hell is on earth. I don't think people would deny there's hell on earth right now. And there's heaven. There's always two. Take your pick. You choose where you want to go, where you want to focus your energy. Don't forget that where the focus goes, the energy goes, So you want to focus on the hellish aspects, then feed into that. I implore you not to, because myself, I'm feeding into the other aspect of heavenly perfection right here, right now, in the now. Yeah. I think I'll be thinking about this for a few days. It's quite a big subject. It literally popped into my head a few minutes ago, and I thought, oh my goodness, this is perfect. Because I could hear the birds, it was so still. As the lady said, it's going to get blowy up here. So it's actually where we've already been, where the pond is. So I know it is a bit blowy, and they'll have a muck about in the pond. So I'll put my camera in my pocket and enjoy my wonderful company in a minute. My perfect company in the perfect place. And you know what? It's like, we can all get to that perfect place. It costs you nothing. You don't have to buy tickets. You don't have to make a carbon footprint. You don't have to spend money at all. It's free. It's absolutely, there's no gates, there's no tickets required, you haven't got to book on the internet. You can just, it really is magic in heaven. You can just go there. You can just wander around until you find a space where there's no man-made stuff. That is all free, and it welcomes you. No gates, no tickets, no rules, except for the rules of nature, which is if you're going to kill something, you eat it. I mean that. And if anything requires assistance, because you are human, you're not animal. If a baby bird has fallen out of a nest, I mean, there'll come a time soon when, birds are in their nests and falling out, trying to fly. No, you do have an obligation, because you have a mind, you understand the situation, you are obliged. Don't think for 1 minute that any other mammal like us with a heart would walk past a baby bird that had fallen out of a nest when you could pick it up and take care of it and make sure that it eats. If you can't get it back in the nest, you can get it somewhere safe. Every elephant would do that. They ain't got the thumbs. Horses would, dogs would, cats. They take care of each other where they can. It is their business. We do cooperate. And that is what makes all of this perfect. And it's sad, really, that people don't see that. It's sad that people are living in a world where they feel there's no such thing as perfect, and they have to do something to be perfect, or to try and attain something close to perfection in accordance with somebody else. And it's a mess, isn't it? Everyone's fighting to get money because they want to spend money. And then some people have money and other people don't have money, and money is an issue. When actually, money isn't. Compassion and food. That's it. The food distribution across the world and the compassion between people across the world has suffered because of people's inability to recognise the true value in the things that are around them, and more importantly, that their energy that they expend is not to acquire lots of numbers on a bank account on a computer. Their energy is in order to fulfill harmony and goodness and procreate with nature, promote nurture. Life is life. You can't have life and death. It's one or the other. So if you understand that perfection is right here, you need to get in it and enjoy it and promote that to yourself and everything around you. If you can do that, you're already in a heavenly space, and you can help everyone feel that heavenly space. You can do it just for an hour, except people that somehow are unable to take themselves outdoors. I have a friend who is in that situation, and I think of him every day. Every day I can make these choices. So my goodness, I'm not going to sit at home, I'm not going to whinge about stuff, any dramas. I'm going to face them, deal with them, and I'm going to crack on. It is getting a bit windy, and we're on a steep slope. Steady. Just go slowly. So perfection is here and now. Go and find it and sit in it. If you can go and find it and absorb it, and you can carry it with you. You can carry that feeling of, I've just been in heaven today. I'm in heaven now. I'm being in the best version of self that I can be. No mental dramas. They stay away. It's a now. What's now? And right now it's exciting because we're on a steep slope and we're all very aware of each other. This big girl here, quite often, I'd have her on a lead when teaching her not to, be charging off and staying, doing her own thing. And when she was on the lead, because she's got a husky in her, it'd bring that husky out in her, and she'd start to pull. So I had to teach her, no, don't pull. And then I started requesting her to pull if we're on a hill to go up. So she'd start to pull me. So we've done that for a couple of years. And then she learned very quickly that when we're going downhill, because I've got two legs, I'm a bit slippy, she would automatically never pull on the lead. She'd go right next to me as if she weren't on lead, and right next to me ever so slowly. Now, I haven't pulled the leads out because I don't need to put her on lead. We're not in those days anymore, but I've just realised that as I'm mentally thinking, oh, I'm very unsteady, her pace slowed right down. Come on, darling. Look, I stop and they stop. This is the perfect way that a pack will respond. If their guide, leader, whatever you want to refer to this human here as, the one who takes responsibility and doles out, you know, the foods, great power in being the person that is the feeder of the household. You know, I can see that with the dogs, and also I know from experience and discussions with people, if you're doing that with people, that's one way to tell if you're being controlled by someone, is if they control the kitchen, the fridge, the cooker and the food. All right, if someone's doing that with you as a human, they are exercising a right to control you as much as I do with these dogs. 3 just went up there again, following the noses. I can see them through the woods just about. Yeah, I can. It's sweet. It's like, you know, one of them will sense something, and the energy that they give off, the ones that resonate with that energy, they're, oh yeah, let's go. So when you see kids playing, you know, they'll suddenly come up with an idea, and then this energy goes up, and they create something, they make something. It's wonderful, truly perfect. So yeah, imperfection only lies in adult brains. When I say adult, I don't mean a grown up. A grown person is not having an adulterated mentality. Okay, an adult is an adult because they are now adulterated because of the perceptions and the control issues. And in order for us to negotiate that, because these adults will push this stuff on you, because they have free will, and sometimes they choose the wrong thing, so that's how that happens. And in order for you to negotiate that, you really need to do the right thing for yourself and put yourself in heaven and in perfect situations. It doesn't half offset all that rubbish, and it's the only way to live where you're actually fully living. Okay, I wish to fully live every moment of every day. Every creative aspect that comes into my mind, I want to acknowledge that. I want to create that. I want to make things happen. I'm involved in a few projects and I love all of them and everything. And my daily routine is stepping into a heavenly space with some beings that share exactly that same feeling as myself. Dogs and humans, born to be together, born to walk together. And if you can get with a dog, get in nature, I promise you, you are in the most heavenly situation you could be in. So long as it's not impinged by any adult misdemeanors in the free will area of the human mind. Isn't it? The human mind, honestly. So yeah, don't let anyone tell you perfect does not exist. I've just shown you it does. So there you go. Perfectly non-scientific and perfectly non-problematic to anyone. It's irrefutable. It really is irrefutable. You can't have life and death at the same time. It's one or the other. So, like, for example, we've just got simply, there's dead leaves. Are those dead leaves, all the carbon in those and other aspects get broken down by living organisms that need to live on that dead stuff to make the ground so that it is fertile for the other things to grow out of. Okay, so if there is death, when I said if you're going to kill something in nature, you have to eat it, I am not kidding. You do have to eat it, because that's the only purpose for killing. You can't just kill for the sake of it. Where was the growth? Where was the life that came out of that? You know, you can't just break the circle and go, no, it is death, just for no particular reason. If you start doing that, you start thinking that life's for no particular reason, then there's definitely no heavenly space then to access. So believe in perfect, because it's true. And yeah. See that? Yeah. People would whinge about that. They'd say, you're not controlling dogs. Well, the truth is, I don't want to control the dogs. No, I don't. If anyone's upset, if Bonnie gets upset with Indy, or Indy with Bonnie, or Ernie's winding them up too much, then I'll help even it out a little bit. You know, it's like two kids playing, do I steam in and go, oh, you're laughing? You want to stop that? You start thinking you're enjoying yourselves. Or do I watch them and enjoy it? It's nature. Nature's already perfect. No human can perfect nature. They can destroy it, they can't perfect it. What you can do, the best thing you can do if you want to be in nature perfect, is to go and be aware that you are a part of it. It knows you're there, you know it's there. You are having an experience with everything that's around you. So respect that. You know, that's as perfect as you can do with nature, because it's already perfect. Anything other than that, and you know, the truth is, someone is not in line with nature that's around them. They're actually not perfecting it, they're not making it better, they're only destroying it. So and I think on that note, I will decide to do a talk on conservation versus preservation, because I think also we think they're the same things as humans, a lot of us, but they're not. They're very, very different. It's an issue for another day. So I've done my whole walk now. I managed the slippery hill and the wind. There's more value in the world than money, and there is such a thing as perfect. Heaven is on earth, and it's yours. Go and have it, and when you have it, you know, treat yourself to some company that's going to appreciate it with you, because life is better. It is an adventure. If you're sharing it, it's an adventure. If you share it with people, you're having an adventure in life. If you are going alone, you are having a series of experiences. It's a totally different thing. So make sure you share your experiences. I share mine with these, and when I'm lucky enough to hang out with some cool people, then I enjoy sharing my experiences with them as well. So, nice start to the week. Right, take care and enjoy your piece of heaven today.